My name is Mohammed Al Jazari, and I'm here to talk about my brother, Mustafa Al Jazari, who is being held illegally at the Prince William County Adult Detention Center right here in Manassas, Virginia. Mustafa has not received medical attention since he was beat up by correctional officers on May 24th, 2023. Mustafa, on May 24th, 2023, was beaten up by a group of correctional officers where they put him in handcuffs, they stripped him naked, and they beat him. They punched him repeatedly to the back of the head. They slammed him to the ground multiple times. They smashed his face into a concrete wall, cutting open his chin. And they continuously beat him until he was unconscious. Mustafa was then carried to another cell and beaten up once again by the same officers. At this point, Mustafa was completely naked. Officers were recording on their cell phones, and Sergeant Roosevelt Daniels walked up to him, put his boots on his head, and told him, "If you talk about this, we're going to kill you." Since then, Mustafa has been suffering from pain, from compound fractures, from headaches, coughing up blood, loss of vision, loss of hearing, losing sensation in his feet. Half of his face is numb. He has internal bleeding, and this private jail refuses to give him medical attention. Now, this year, 2024, Mustafa was beaten up, assaulted once again. Once again, beaten up by correctional officers. On April 5th, he was assaulted. On April 17th and April 19th, he was assaulted on those dates. Now, on the 19th, Mustafa was sleeping. He was fully asleep when officers entered his cell and they beat him up. They smashed his head into a metal bed. Mustafa, at this point in time, is a pre-trial detainee. He's still waiting to go to court. For the past 15 months, Mustafa has been in solitary confinement. That is torture. 15 months of solitary confinement is torture. Mustafa sits in this jail illegally today because of a police officer that falsified Mustafa's statements, a police officer that lied to a magistrate to obtain a warrant under oath. This officer lied. Robert Drum with Prince William County Police lied. When we contact the police department, they tell us that they do their job and they pull the report. And they've identified that this officer did, in fact, lie. Now, the police department is saying that the Commonwealth Attorney, Amy Ashworth, is a different agency from the police department. She's a separate agency. Why is Mustafa held today? Why is Mustafa held today despite this officer falsifying the warrant that arrested Mustafa Al Jazari? Why? Who is this Commonwealth Attorney protecting? A lying cop? We're just asking questions. Now, why is it so hard for a man to get medical treatment inside this private jail? Why is Mustafa being tortured on a daily basis? Just the other day, they took away his mattress, and now he's forced to sleep on a metal bed. Why are they doing this to Mustafa? Everything the prosecutor said in court can be disproven by a video or evidence that we have, that we've attempted to supply the prosecutor. But the prosecutor refuses to listen, refuses to look at the evidence. Why is that so? How can this officer, this prosecutor, get away with that? What's really going on here in Manassas, Virginia? I'm making this video to let the community know that Mustafa, who has been held for 15 months illegally, has been abused, tortured, beaten up by correctional officers, and not a single agency wants to do anything about it. Why is that so? Why are all these agencies not taking a complaint against a private jail? Why? That's the $1,000,000 question. Why is this jail getting away with so much abuse? Just the other day, an inmate was killed at this jail, an 18-year-old. No one was suspended. No one was held accountable for that death. Not a single person. Why is that so? Why is the local FBI protecting this private jail? Why is the police department protecting this private jail? What oversight does this jail have? And the answer is none. There's no oversight to this private jail whatsoever. There is no oversight to a jail. Imagine that. Imagine where police officers, correctional officers can hide their crimes inside of a building. That's the Prince William County Adult Detention Center, where officers would strip inmates naked, they would beat them up, and then they would deprive them food and water for days, deprive them medical, deprive them calls to their lawyers, deprive them visitations, deprive commissary. They do as they please, and not a single agency wants to step in because this is a private jail. Department of Corrections of Virginia says, not my jurisdiction. The Department of Criminal Justice Services for Virginia says, not my jurisdiction. The state police say, not my jurisdiction. Prince William County Police say, not my jurisdiction. Manassas City Police say, not my jurisdiction. Whose jurisdiction is it? Whose jurisdiction is a private jail that tortures human beings, tortures people? Where are we living? Where are we living? Is this not the United States of America? Is this not the United States of America?